Hello there, welcome to my channel, Mo Moon. My name is Mo. Welcome. I am going to be doing a video today for you. I will be creating a gnome garden. If you've watched my fairy garden video a few years back, I was contemplating doing a fairy garden this year, but the gnomes wanted me to create a garden for them for this summertime, so I will do that for them, and you can watch and see how you can do it for yourself. So I bought a few things from the dollar store. I bought this $5 pot with holes at the bottom to drain the water into the vessel at the bottom here. There's some holes at the bottom, as you can see the light shining through, and then the water gets caught at the bottom just so that the water doesn't cause any damage to the seeds that I will be planting. I was told by the gnomes that they wanted me to use, instead of buying plants that have already been grown, I'll be using these Shasta Daisy Alaska seeds. Daisy blooms with butter yellow centers look magnificent above deep green lace shaped foliage. So I'm using these daisy seeds. So I'll be planting the seeds, and then I'm using basil sweet herb. Basil's pungent leaves are delicious in tomatoes, cheese, eggs, and fish dishes. Thin two strongest plants. So yeah, I'll be using basil seeds and daisies in the gnome garden. I have a few trinkets. I have a love gnome. I have a painter gnome. And I have a hanging gnome. And then gnomes like animals. So I have a turtle. I have a snail. And last but not least, I have a little rabbit. I'm just keeping them in this container that I got from a Witch Casket subscription box, so I'll be decorating with that once we finish planting the seeds. I have bought potting mix. I have 2 of these. I don't know if it's going to be enough. 3 liters per bag. I got these at the dollar store as well. I believe they were like $3 to $5 each. I have my fairy / gnome house, which I used in my last fairy garden last summer. And the gnomes obviously need homes. And then I just got some little gnomes love stones. So I got some stones, I got a marble, and to represent the fairies, because the gnomes take care of the fairies, I got this little Venus rose quartz body to represent the fairies at the gnome garden, so they can all have a little party. So let's start. I'll be filling this up with earth. I wish I could play some music because it's kind of boring here, but this shouldn't take long. Alright. So I'm just going to pour the earth into the pot. Out. And I got my other potting soil. Sorry, the lighting is not that great in here. In there too. I guess that's what the gnomes want. You gotta listen to the gnomes, right? They're like male witches. Gnomes are like male witches. Like, you don't want to mess with them because, well, you know how like in the past witches were burned, and because they were witches, and most of the people that disagreed with them were people who believed in modern medicine, because the witches of old were using herbs to cure people, and modern medicine wanted to make its way into society. So a lot of the modern medicine people were against witches using herbs, and so obviously these days modern medicine rules, right? There are still witches who use herbs, a lot of female witches, but there's a lot more men who are using medical prescription drugs and stuff like that. So obviously we're living in a time where medicine is the strongest, and a lot of these men who are doctors and, you know, even RNs or surgeons or just very well off to do businessmen and stuff like that, like they have a lot of power, more power than females, right? That's why females are always trying to get the same pay as men, you know, but ultimately it's a man's world. So when you're going to create a gnome garden, you just have to understand that the gnomes will, if you're a female like myself, the gnomes will tell you what they want, and you just have to listen, because, you know, even in Christian society, which we pretty much live in here where I am, the Christians have made it so that the women are submissive to them. And so it's kind of like that in where I live, where it's like I have to submit to the gnomes, because the gnomes are men, whether they're gay, transgender, queer, heterosexual, homosexual. It's up, you know, it's not really our business to ask those kind of things. So basically they want this amount of dirt. So I'll do that. So I'll just put the gnome and fairy house in there. Gnomes and fairies can live together. Put that in there. I guess I'll just plant the seeds now. Sorry, I'm just gonna fix this. There we go. All right. Sorry, I'm not gonna edit this because it's just a gnome garden video. But all right, so I have the Shasta daisies, and it says they take 10 to 20 days to sprout. You plant the seeds 1/8 of an inch deep, which is not very deep at all, and you plant them 1/4 of an inch apart, and you the bloom period is from July to, I believe this is August. So basically July. So honestly, I don't listen to these kind of like, I just do my own thing actually. And I feel like that's what the gnomes would want, because men in society, whether they be gay or not, whether they be queer or transgender or cross-dressers, you know, gnomes represent all the males in society. So I'm just going to pour the seeds into one spot and hope that something will sprout. I won't waste the seeds. All right, I'm just going to cover them up in that spot there. And I'm going to put a marble over there so I know where to put the water. Just put this marble on top of where I planted those seeds. I'll show you in a bit. And I have the basil, sweet basil. These were 99 cents each at the dollar store. So it says days to sprout 7 to 14. And this was, the daisies were 10 to 20. So basically 7 to 14, 10 to 20. It's about the same time, as long as they stay, you know, moist. Seed depth, 3 millimeters, which is the same as this. Seed spacing, 1/2 of an inch, basically the same thing. Plant spacing, 12 inch. This is 14 inch. This is 12 inch. And bloom period July. And this doesn't say bloom period, it says row spacing. I think basil can be planted at any time of the year, but I'm not sure about that. So I'm just gonna make another little hole right there. Can't really see, but I'm just gonna make another little hole. I made it with my finger. It's like about maybe this deep, so like an inch deep, which is what they suggested, right? In my opinion. Right, so I'm just gonna, here are the seeds, the basil seeds. They look the same as the daisy seeds, the black. I'm just gonna pour them in to that hole and hope that something will sprout. That's pretty much how I do it. I mean, they're 99 cents for a package of seeds, so I'm not gonna plant 1 or 2 at a time, you know. I'll buy some more next season. All right, and for this basil, I'm gonna put the rose quartz Venus fairy statue on top of there, so I know where to put the water, so I keep them moist. I have 2 stones that I collected from outdoors, from the earth. Blessed be Ellen, the lady of the planned. I'll put a little gnome, love gnome that I got at the dollar store last Valentine's. And now I got my painter gnome, because we all know that artists are the best. So put this guy here. I got the little hanging gnome. His arm broke, but I glued it back together and you can't really tell. I'll just hang him here. And that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna hang the snail. Gnomes are very decorative. They like to have a lot of decorations all over the place. They're very flamboyant. I have the turtle. And all these things I pretty much got from the dollar store or outside. And that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna open the blinds so we can let some light in. So, that's the fairy garden. Not the fairy garden, the gnome garden. Just show you what it looks like. Yeah, it's kind of deep, but like, you know, that's the way it goes. Hard to see really. Let me just take this off. All right, so a little in-depth look at the gnome garden. There we go, nice and cute. And hopefully, like, I planted the basil here under the Venus fairy statue, and I planted the daisies here under the marble. So yeah, that's my gnome garden for the gay men, the gay witches, because I mean, let's be honest, who doesn't like gay men, right? Especially when you're a female, because you know they won't hit on you. All right, so that's it. Short and sweet gnome garden. Blessed be the gnomes who take care of the fairies. Not the dark fae take care of themselves, but the good fae, you know, definitely vibe with the gnomes. So, all right, thank you for being here. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace out.